There's being fragile, then there's being resilient, and then there's being anti-fragile. Being fragile is basically like, it's very easy for you to break down and easy for you to quit doing things. Resilient is like, you bounce back quick and it's harder for you to break down and it takes more for you to quit doing things. And then being anti-fragile is basically, the more the world kind of pushes you and gives you a reason to quit, and the harder your life gets, the stronger it makes you. It's basically the opposite of being fragile, anti-fragile. So the more that you should be breaking, it's just the stronger you'll get. It's like, if you think about the obstacles in your life that you face or that you're currently facing, if you look at them from the right perspective, you'll see how they can make you stronger. It's like fucking Andrew Tate says, where you gotta be perspicacious. You gotta see it from other perspectives. Because you can look at any challenge in your life, like whether it's like the heartbreak, getting fired from your job, whatever the challenge was for you, whatever the obstacle was, you can see, if you look at it from the right perspective, how it can make you stronger and how it's changed you to be a better person. I'll give you a metaphor to explain this better. Imagine there's a strong wind, and this wind, it'll put out a candle, right? Think about a little flame of a candle. The wind will put it out, a little breeze will put it out, but that same wind would fuel a fire. So the way you gotta think about it is, would you be a candle who, just a little bit of wind's gonna put you out, make you quit, stop trying whatever you're trying, or you're gonna show up with a fire about it and let the obstacles fuel you? Because if you think about it realistically, whenever you come up to an obstacle or a challenge, and whatever your goal is, whatever you're working towards, it's a good sign. You can think of it as something bad because it's an obstacle, right? You can think of it as something bad. But the fact that you got to that obstacle means you were making progress. You got there because you kept pushing and you got there. So when you overcome it, you're eventually going to come up to a new obstacle. There's never a time in your life where you're not going to face an obstacle. So when you get to a new obstacle, that means that you've improved. That means you've gotten to that new point. That means you've gotten better from where that previous obstacle was. So obstacles are a good thing, whether you believe it or not. But the fact, or if you're capable of overcoming it and seeing it as a sign of growth, then you're being anti-fragile. And that's what I think we should all aim to strive for. And I think this is some of the best advice that I'll probably ever give, because I've noticed the change in my life. I started thinking about it this way, and it kind of just happened naturally for me. And then I read about it, and I was like, okay, I've been kind of doing that. And thinking about it that way, you can see the good in a lot of things. And I know it's like optimistic. Some people don't agree with the optimistic viewpoint, but I think there's no better way to live than to be an optimist, right? So it's my point of view on that. But just really think, do you want to show up with a fire where the obstacles are few, or would you rather be a candle that'll just, something small happens in your life that'll make you quit, break you down, and just being fragile about it? Nothing wrong with being resilient, but I'd rather be anti-fragile. But that's pretty much it for this video. If you've got any value out of this, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. Besides that, if you got any goals, go make it happen.